Welcome back to Tamer Bowling Video Ball Reviews. Today we are testing the new Swag Incredible Hero. If you like what we do, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe and check us out on Patreon. A big thank you to Jeff Miller and Ron Hoppy. Don't forget to check out Haley's Pro Shop in Burlington, Washington for world-class drilling and coaching. We were able to test on a typical house shot and the Kegel Plutonium pattern. First impressions, super easy to use. I took a liking to the Incredible Hero very early. For category, as we've recently described our nomenclature, this ball fits in the strong control slot. You might think with it being a pearl, it would fit in the strong defined, but if it goes in my bag, it's going in strong control, and I'll explain that more later. Alright, where do I begin? It all starts from the first few balls I tossed to understand what this ball's about. While this is a pearl, the Incredible Hero comes so dull you wouldn't think it was, a la the Storm Omega Crux. These are heavy rolling top end pieces. The swag ball fits in that category unquestionably. Prior to shooting, I did toss it on a flat sport shot first and saw a smooth, controllable piece, but one that provides a read in the fronts and the mids, and that had me wondering if this would be usable on house shots for me. The Omega Crux, for example, never sees house shots for me, and it's just too strong. So what a pleasant and eye-opening surprise to see a very usable shape and hit on house shot. I may do a separate raw or one-take video as I threw 11 of 12 strikes during filming. I start out relatively direct. The ball's a heavy forward rolling ball there. The ball reaction made me extremely comfortable. Push it out there, and it has this smooth arcing transition, but with great punch through the pins. It's not as forward as, say, the Show Me the Money. It still feels rounder. I experimented with angle through the fronts, break point, release variations. You'll see that more direct, and it sits, but with enough read not to deflect in the middle. I can push it out to the dry, and it returns with just the right force. I kept moving with an area check. Go past the third arrow, no problem. 17 to 5, perfect. 18 to 10, high flush. I literally felt like I couldn't miss. I couldn't find the weakness, during this test, to be honest. It just seemed extremely versatile. It never felt so chuggy that it was just going to puke through the pins. And if you look shot after shot, there really wasn't any deflection. And before you go thinking this house shot is easy, it's not. Other test balls in the session proved that. For the sport shot, I'm on the Kegel Plutonium pattern, 39-foot 2 to 127 mil pattern. This length and volume is pretty similar to Nationals team. It isn't my favorite. It's a pattern where you get hooked but get an unforgiving reaction if you get even a smidge out of bounds. I must say I was physically struggling here, but it allowed me to test the limits of the ball as well. At the end, what I found is it's a great control but strong shape. I can play different parts of the lane, but I can trust this ball not to be too angular nor too pukey. Throw it close and you get the reaction you like. Final thoughts? If it wasn't obvious by now, I really enjoyed the Incredible Hero. Without saying it's incredible, I'll just say it feels like a godsend for my arsenal. It's a no-brainer, A+ for me all around. I usually reserve that type of score for, after having it for a while, but I'll go out on a limb here. It honestly reminded me of the Jackal Ghost, as that was one of my most versatile balls for my game I've ever used. While I could theoretically slot the Swag Incredible Hero in my strong defined slot, I'll put it in a strong control category, leaving space for, say, a more strong angular ball like the Storm Lock or something like that. It's similar in the sense to the 900 Global Volatility that I slotted in the strong control category, but the Incredible Hero is more versatile as I can move in and not lose hit. This would be the first ball out of the bag on heavier sport shots. It might be the first on a house shot that I just want to control the over-under cliff.